Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. On page 202 of the book Sri Ma, the Guru and the Goddess, we're starting with the 141st name of the goddess Lalita. And remember, we've already covered 7 letters of the 15. We said Ka, and there were 20 names that start with Ka, A, and 20 names with A, and E, and La, Him, Hassa, and that's the 7 that we've covered already. Hassa, Ka, Kakar Artha, Kalahandre. Who is the meaning of Ka? Who is the destroyer of time? Who is the ruler of desire? Who is the giver of the objects of desire? Who restores the life of love? Remember when Shiva burnt love to ashes, and then Rati, Kamdev's wife, said, "Oh Shiva, I'm bereft of my husband. I don't want to be alone all my life." And so Shiva said, "Okay, I'm giving him his life back, but he'll remain invisible. He'll remain Ananga without an anga. He has no body. Nobody can see him, but he'll be the strongest power of all the universe. All the gods' love will be the strongest." So Kama Sanjivani, he restores the life of love. Kalya, who is perfect, who has firm breasts, who has beautiful hands and thighs, whose face is like the Lord of all arts. Klamat. She's got the Lord of all arts, meaning all attributes, all artistic expressions, whose hair surpasses even the darkest cloud. And in India, if you have very black hair, that's a very beautiful, wonderful quality that people like. And so they put coconut oil in their hair. They put amla oil in the north and coconut oil in the south, and then it makes their hair shiny and dark. Whose glance emits the nectar of compassion. Who is the master of the life of he who wears skulls? That's Shiv. Remember, Shiva is the master of Shiv. Although they also say that Lakshmi is the handmaiden of the Lord, or Radha is the servant of Krishna, we know that Shiva, the Divine Mother, is the master of Lord Shiva. Who is the embodiment of kindness and also compassion. Who has lustrous beauty enhanced by love, whose loving beauty rivals the hibiscus flower, whose speech is an art. Oh, that's a fun one. Whose throat has lines like a conch shell. Not like a turkey, you know, with skin hanging down, but like a conch shell with lines. Whose hands are more beautiful than tender leaves, whose arms are like the vines of the wish-fulfilling tree, who wears a tilak of musk upon her forehead, who is the meaning of the mantra, ha. Oh, that was up to 160, 140 to 141 to 160 were the cause. And now, with number 161, we begin the has. Ha-kar-artha, the meaning of the letter of the mantra ha, or the letter ma, ha, who moves with the grace of a swan, who shines with the radiance of gold, whose breasts are enjoyed by Shiva and Vishnu, who is the energy of the universal soul beyond birth and death. And we already talked about Bhakti and Gyan coming from her breast. And Vishnu is Bhakti and Shiva is Gyan, who is devoid of defects, who is worshipped by the Lord of the 10 directions, Dakdikpala, that's Indra and the other members who are the lords of the 10 directions, who destroys duality instantly, who bestows gladness or cushiness, happiness, gladness is good, who enjoys the offerings of sacrifice, who diminishes the great delusion of the heart, who is pleased by the sacred art of dance, who is the intrinsic nature of the meaning of the Hamsa mantra, so hum hamsa, the great swan is I am one with God. So hum is the Hamsa. And that's used in pranayama. Who is free from attraction and repulsion, who is happiness, who is born from the same womb as God, who is praised by the Gandharvas, ha ha and hoo, and sometimes he, who prevents negative growth or growing in the wrong direction, whose heart is a full vessel, who soothes the anger of God. And those are the haws. And now we begin 20 names beginning with law. Who is expressed by the letter law? Who is embraced by worship? Who is the supreme ruler of the dissolution, circumstance, and creation of existence? Who is pleased with the vision of the dance of life? Who is beyond gain and loss? Whose command is supreme? Who is the manifestation of charm and loveliness? Who is easily attained? She's our mother. Whose color is bright like radiant lac? Who is worshipped by those who have good qualities? We must have had some good karma to be in this association. Who is the giver of devotion? Who is won by those who shine with devotion? Who has an unconquerable plow? And that plow, it sows the seeds of Dharma. Balaram, he had a plow that was unconquerable. He could sow Dharma anywhere. In fact, wherever he made war, his weapon was a plow. And he'd take his plow out into the battlefield, and he'd sow the seeds of Dharma, and all the Asuras would immediately dissolve. Who is being fanned by Lakshmi and Saraswati, who are clasping a yak's tail in their hands? That's Chamar. Who is pleased by those who are truly humble? Who is the object of all desire? Who is the supreme into which all is absorbed? Who has obtained all concepts? Who has obtained the essence? Who has obtained abundant wealth? And those are the laws. And now 20 names from 201 that begin with Hrim. Remember, we had 3 forms of Hrim. We had 3 forms of Maya. Our Kadi Vidya has 3 forms of this Maya. One is the Maya of Shankya, which is an illusion, which keeps us all busy with worldliness. And the other is the Maya of the Tantra, the Maya of the Divine Mother, blessing all the children of creation, and all the children of creation praising and praying to the one Divine Mother. And the third Maya is the Maya of Vedanta, and that is the one in harmony with the one, and there is no two. It's all one. So that's also, this is the Maya of Tantra, and this is the Maya of Hrim, who is expressed by Hrim, who is expressed by Hrim and other words. In fact, every other word is another expression of her. Who is in the midst of Hrim, who is the ultimate jewel of Hrim, who is the ultimate of the sacrificial fire burning on the altar of Hrim, who is the cooling rays of the moon of Hrim, who is the illuminating rays of the sun of Hrim, who is the inconsistent nature of the heavenly waters of Hrim, Who is the new shoot of the lotus of Reem? Who is the only end or last resort of Reem? Who is the swan upon the pond of Reem? Who is the heron in the garden of Reem? Who is the deer in the forest of Reem? Who is the fibers in the creepers of Reem? Who is the parrot in the cage of Reem? Who is the light in the walkway of Reem? Who is the lioness in the cave of Reem? Who is the enjoyment of a bee in the flower of Reem? Who is the honey in the flower of Reem? Who is the flower on the tree of Reem? And now with name number 221, we began the Sa's. Sa, ka, la, ring. Who is called by the letter Sa? Who is the essence, the equally in all? Who is extolled by all the Agama literature? Remember, the Agamas are propounded by Shiva, and they extol the greatness of Shiva, and the Nigamas are propounded by Shakti and extolling the greatness of Shakti. Who is the meaning of that? According to Vedanta, Tat Tvam Asi, that is what you are. Who is the place of refuge for existence and non-existence? Who is all? Who is true existence, consciousness, and bliss? Who is attained through spiritual discipline? Who is the grantor of true existence? Who is meditated upon by Shanak and other Munis? Who is the mother of the family of the eternal Shiva? Who is the form of the supreme ruler of all? Who is the form of truth? Who equally performs all, who gives birth to the entire existence composed of 5 elements, who has no other equal or superior to her, who is most high of all, who is alone without others, who is with qualities, who grants the fulfillment of desires. And from name number 241, we begin the cause. Sa, ka, kakarini, who is expressed by the letter ka, who is expressed in inspired poetry. In fact, all inspired poetry is about her. Who steals away the mind of the Lord of Desire, that's Shiva. Who is the pulse of the life of the Lord of Desire, that's Shiva. Who is seated upon the lap of the Lord of Desire, that's Shiva. Whose body is embracing the body of the Lord of Desire, Shiva. Who bestows comfort and happiness upon the Lord of Desire, Shiva. Who is the life force of the Lord of Desire, Shiva. Who makes manifest the Lord of Desire, Shiva. Who is the attainment of perfection and purification of the spiritual discipline of the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who is the beloved mind of the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who is the ruler of the life force of the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who would thrust even the Lord of Desire, Shiva, into the ignorance of duality? Even Shiva saw Mohini. Who gives the knowledge of non-duality to the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who is the supreme ruler of the house of the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who brings eternal delight to the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who is the great supreme ruler of the Lord of Desire, Shiva? Who is the female Lord of Desire, Shiva? She is Shiva. The female Lord of Desire, she's Kameshwari. Who is the repository of 10 million desires, who grants the objects of desire. And that ends the cause. Sa, ka, la. Yes! And now we begin the laws. Lakarini, who is expressed by the letter law. Who is the form to be obtained? Who has the mind to be obtained? Who has the fulfillment to be obtained? Who is impossible of attainment by evil minds? who is impossible of attainment by those possessed of egotism, who has obtained all energy, who has the body to be obtained, who has obtained abundance of the imperishable qualities, who has the intellect to be obtained, who has the divine drama, who is the divine drama of existence to be obtained, who has obtained the repository of youth, who has the attainment of supreme beauty in all the limbs of her body, who has attained illusion, who has attained the goal of the inner necessity to become. Wow, that's fun. The inner necessity to become. She is controlling all evolution. There's an entelechy, that's what Aristotle called it, that inner necessity to become something different. You have a natural propensity to evolve in some direction. Maybe good, maybe not so good, maybe become larger, maybe become smaller, but very few of us just stay the same. We all change, and that's an inner necessity to become, and she has obtained the control of the inner necessity to become. She has the goal of the inner necessity to become, and she who has attained her Lord, who has attained the circumstances of various scriptures, who has attained enjoyment, who has attained happiness, who has attained the delight which comes from worship. And after the laws, sakala ring. Who is the image of Hrim? Who is the female dove at the top of the palace of Hrim? Who is the pure nectar from the ocean of the milk of Hrim? Who is Indira, Lakshmi of the lotus of Hrim? Who is the light of the jewel of Hrim? Who is the bird in the tree of Hrim? Who is the jewel in the box of Hrim? Who is the reflection of the ideals of Hrim? Who is the long sword within the sheath of Hrim? Who dances upon the stage of Hrim? Who is the pearl jewel within the oyster of Hrim? Who is known by Hrim? Who is the statue sculpted in coral on the golden pillar of Hrim? Who is the Vedas and Upanishads of Hrim? Who is the honorific gift accompanying the worship of Hrim? Who is the delightful, wish-fulfilling creeper in the garden of Hrim? Who is the Ganges that flows from the Himalayas of Hrim? Who is the precious gem of Vishnu, the Kaustuva, in the ocean of Hrim? Who is the herself, in all of the mantra Hrim? Who grants the supreme bliss of Hrim? Who grants the supreme bliss of Hrim? Who grants the supreme bliss of Hrim? Ka-e-ila Hrim, Hasaka hala Hrim, Sakala Hrim. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Let's see if there are any questions about what we've covered so far. We had 15 letters of the mantra, 20 names for each letter in the order presented. Can you imagine maintaining the chondo, the rhythm, the rhyme, some of the names had 2 syllables and some of them had 5 syllables. Some of them were long and some of them were short. Some of the names took whole half of the line. Some of the names, and still all the names in order spelled out the Kali Vidya, which is prominently displayed in the Devi Atharva Shirsham of the Chandipat. So this is the essence of Sri Vidya, the Kali Vidya, the worship of the Divine Mother as the supreme cause, which permeates and pervades the Chandi, the Lalita, the Trishati, the Devi Gita. She comes through all of these branches of literature, weaving Sri Vidya into a tapestry of Harim. Let's see if there are any questions.
I have a question for you.
Please.
Name number 208, who is the inconsistent nature of the heavenly waters of Harim. Why are the waters inconsistent?
Don't they flow? And when they flow, they are not static or stagnant. They're flowing, so they're inconsistent. They're always changing. That's what waters do. Even the heavenly waters, they're constantly changing. They're flowing. Yes, please.
We have a question from Ambika.
Namaste, Ambika.
Name 214. She who is the fibers in the creepers of Harim. What does this mean?
Oh, inside the creeper, that's called lata. They're vines that creep along the ground, and they surround each of the everything they come in contact with. They just hug them and love them to death. They love them so much, fully and completely and perfectly. And each of those vines is comprised of a number of fibers, which are all working together to make the vine grab onto a tree and hug it. So she is the fibers, all the little latas within the big lata. Within the big vine, there are little tiny vines that all work together to grab onto the big vine, and they're all working together to attach themselves in love to the object of their love. And that's what it means. Yes, please?
Is that kind of like the Guru Kul?
Yeah, very much like what a Guru Kul is supposed to be. That is the ideal of the Guru Kul. The family of the Guru are little vines. They're particles of the big vine, all working together, and in order to attach themselves to the Guru with a greater force, with a greater love, with a greater efficiency. So that working together, they have more strength than the little tentacles would by themselves. Absolutely right. Great analogy.
Ambika has a follow-up question.
Yes, please, Ambika.
Another one of her names is the delightful wish-fulfilling creeper in the garden. Does this mean that this what you're describing grants our wishes?
Oh, it absolutely does. If you attach yourself to your guru, you're going to go where the guru goes. And if she's really a good guru like our guru, she's going to a good place with good people to do good things. And we would love to go with her. Wouldn't that be fun? Couldn't we attach ourselves, just make ourselves into a Guru Kul, or the little fibers in the big creeper that attaches ourselves in love to support our Guru? And then we get to go where she goes. And obviously, she's going to a good place. That's why she's our Guru.
We have a question from Swarupananda.
Yes, Swarup, namaste.
From name 171, what is the delusion of the heart?
What is the name?
That is the name, delusion of the heart.
Delusion of the heart. The delusion of the heart is when your love is attachment, and it's not pure love. In other words, if you're making transactional love, and you're giving so that you'll get, and this is the quality of your love. This is a delusion of the heart, because you're really loving yourself, and you're looking for the return on your investment. Now, if you really love, You're just going to love to embellish others. You're going to enhance others. And that's pure love. That's divine love. That's the kind of love that we want to give to our guru. That's the kind of love we want to give to our partners. That's the kind of love that we want to share in the guru kul. And the family of the guru is a love which doesn't seek a return on investment. So the delusion of the heart is, I love you, and how much are you going to give me in exchange for my love? What am I going to get for it? What's the return on investment? Yes, please. Oh, yeah, you have a question? Yes, please.
Swamiji, name 180 who soothes the anger of God.
Who exudes or soothes? She soothes it because if the guru is angry, God can't save. But if God is angry, the guru can save. So she comes in the form of the guru and she soothes the anger of God. She teaches her disciples, how can you be pure? How can you be clear? How can you surrender? And remember, we're using the Sanskrit definition of surrender. Remember, in English, surrender is the last thing you want to do when you've got a gun to your head and your back is against the wall. And in Sanskrit, the term is samarpan. And you want to offer yourself in equilibrium. So she teaches the disciples how to surrender and make samarpan and offer themselves in equilibrium so that they are not bound by circumstances of this creation.
Swamiji, I wanted to clarify, name 171 was who diminishes the great delusion of the heart.
Well, she does. That's why I asked you to read the name. That was not the definition that I wrote, the delusion of the heart. She is probably not the delusion of the heart.
We have a question from Sukanya in Sonoma County.
Namaste, Sukanya.
Pranam. Since it seems that negativity is so prevalent wherever one looks, could we know more specifics about how Lalita prevents negative growth as in name 178?
Yes, how she prevents negative growth is when we focus on her and we see her leela, we see her play, we see her drama, we're in the love affair with her, then we're not focusing on negative growth. She is actually taking away the energy from the negativity and giving it to the positive. So that's how she functions. The more we focus on her, the more we see her, the more we believe in her, the more we think about her, the more we serve her, the less we think about negativity. And then all the other stuff that goes with the negativity. There's egotism, there's attachment, there's aham, and there's mam, and there's all the stuff that goes with the negativity, which makes me get deeper and deeper entranced in negativity. And she comes along, and I'm thinking about her, and how can I serve her, and how can I help her, and how can I sing to her, and how can I love her more? And she takes away all the thoughts of the negative, and she fills us with positivity, Sukanya. Yes, please.
We have a question from Sadatmananda.
Namaste, Sadatmananda.
Namaste. Name 268 is Labda Deha, who has the body to be obtained. What does this mean?
Well, she's the causal body, and she's beyond. So she has the body. Boy, she's got a body that won't quit. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, she's a 12. She's just off the charts. What a bod that girl's got. I can't even find the ends of it. And that's what it means.
We have a question from Ramya in Bangalore.
Namaste, Rami Mami.
Pranam. In name 277, who has attained the circumstances of various scriptures, how do we understand these circumstances?
Oh, they're all scriptures. They're all stories about how did wise men become wise and how did the Munis and Rishis worship God. How did they save the world from iniquity? And the circumstances of the scripture is the delivering of information and inspiration. And she has attained the circumstances, and she puts everybody who studies the scriptures into the bhavana, into the attitude of those circumstances. Hey, I don't have to dwell with the negativities anymore. I see the goddess taking them away. I only see positivity. I don't have any problems. I've only got solutions. So does my partner. We only have solutions. Oh, then it's very easy for us to work together as a family of the Guru, because we see the pure, positive inspiration and the knowledge and the information, the inspiration which made the rishis into rishis. It made the munis into munis. It made the gods go back to heaven. Those are the circumstances of the scriptures, and no matter which scripture you take, Rami Mami, you chant any scripture and you're going to go to heaven. Any one of them. And they'll all say this is the best scripture, and it sure is. I rest my case. Please.
We have a question from Moshami and Siddharth.
Namaste Moshami, Namaste Siddharth.
Pranam. Name 210 says, she is the last resort of Maya. Can you please elaborate on what the last resort of Maya means?
No. Nitty. What is the last resort of Maya? When you come to the Maya of Vedanta, where there's only one in harmony with her own self, she is the last resort of Maya. How else could you explain? What is the last resort of Maya? Where does Maya end? Well, wait a minute, Maya's infinite. So how could she end? But if we were to postulate an end, where would it be? In infinity. To the infinite power. So the last, I'm sorry, I'm talking to a scientist, and I know you've got a STEM education. Moshami, it's not possible to define the limits of infinity. The last resort of Maya is she is one with her own self. Yes, please.
We have a question from Jennifer.
Namaste, Jennifer.
Pranam. In name 298, or verse, what is the Kostoba, the gem of Vishnu?
Vishnu wears a brooch. It's a beautiful stone, and it's a gem. It's a gem of a stone. And it's set in jewels and gems, and it's a brooch that he wears, and it's called the Kostuba. No, this is a different usage of the Kostuba. No, that's Horin Naber Kostuba 9, a Bolbo. It's musk, but this is the Kostubi gem. Oimoni, the Vishnu Dharankoche. Yes, please.
We have a question from Elise.
Namaste, Elise.
Namaste. In the Pancha Puja, Lam is the sin, and this is the earth chakra, the first chakra. Then what is Sam? Can you clarify this for me?
Yeah, Lam is, and Lam Sam. Here you are. Lam Hang Yang Ram Wang Shang. Sang is Sarvatmikayoti. Sarvopachara. It's Sampurna. It's complete. It's full and complete and perfect. It stands for all the articles of worship are coming from all, are going to the soul of all. To the soul of all. Wow, I wrote that. It goes to the soul of all. The Sam is the soul of all. And Sarvatmikai. The Atma, Sarva, Atma, Kaya, the embodiment of the soul of all, is with all the offerings are offered to the embodiment of the soul of all. It's not a chakra, it's beyond. Yes, please.
Name 216, who is the light in the walkway of Hreem, what is the walkway?
Well, it's the path to Hreem. Yeah. And she lights up your path. She lights up our light. Yes,
Can
please.
you talk a little bit about the parrot in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of us parrots that are just parroting everything we hear, and we don't really know what we're saying, and we're caged in that cage of Maya, and here we are parroting all the things that we've heard, good and bad, and even though we don't mean it or know what the meaning is, we continue to parrot it. And she frees us from the cage so that we go into understanding and we stop parroting and we start speaking from our heart. And that's what the parrot in the cage of frame is. Yes, Laura?
Swamiji, at what times and under what circumstances should we integrate this scripture in with our practice of other scriptures?
Whenever you have time. Whenever you have time and inclination. If you take, you'll make one puja, will be your puja, which will be your daily puja, and you'll keep expanding that, expanding and expanding as much as you can. Then you'll take one pot, and that will be your mool pot. Maybe you'll take the Chandi and you'll do a chapter every day, or 2 chapters every day, or keep expanding and expanding and expanding. And here I've got 45 minutes on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, let me read to Lalita. Let me study this book. Let me take all the various scriptures. She is the circumstances of all scriptures. Let me take them all and read them all a little bit regularly. Maybe I can do a regular routine of one scripture and one puja, and then as time permits, I will integrate other scriptures into my discipline. And so as you get time, your capacity expands until your repertoire is conducive in every environment you go to. So last time we were in South India, we happened to find ourselves in a temple of Lalita. And we sat down and we sang Lalita Trishati, and everybody came around and wow! And then we just happened to find ourselves in a temple of Hanuman, and then we sang the Hanuman Chalisa, we sang the Sundarkand. We went to everybody's temple and sang a song for every deity in every temple. And not only were all the people with us totally romanced, we were in harmony with every worship in every circumstance. We said, we love God. I don't care what tradition you're in. We love God. We respect all traditions. We are studying how do you love God in every way we can, in every tradition we can. And so, as much as you can expand, that's why this cosmic puja is a number 10. Because in the cosmic puja, you worship Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Ma Kali, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Durga, Chandi, Ganesh, and your guru. And it doesn't quit. It doesn't quit. Wherever you go, you've got the mantras on the tip of your tongue, just ready to share. In every temple, you walk into somebody's temple and you can see who's the deity in the center. The biggest one. That's the first one you want to acknowledge. Who's the guru? What tradition, what sampradaya do they come? You've got your finger on the pulse. And then you are empowered to be in harmony in every way, in every environment. You're not limited. Religion doesn't limit us, it expands us. It opens us up. And we know my love is for Mother. I know that. But I can acknowledge Lalita, she's a mother. I can sing to Saraswati and to Lakshmi, they're mothers. I love Chandi. I love Srima. But Srima isn't jealous if I sing to Lalita. She may even join me. I don't know today, but maybe one day she will. So that's why and when and how. And the more we know, the more we are free from the dogmas and the dictates of religious convention, which says, we're going to build walls around you and segregate you from the other population because you are a worshiper of this sect. No. Our goal is to tear down all the walls and all the barriers and do it in every language, in every tradition, in every sect. We are non-sectarian, even though we have our own. We become Savarni, he who belongs to all colors, tribes, castes, creeds, philosophies. We study them all so that we can show respect wherever we go. That is the thesis of becoming Savarni. He who is one with all. He who belongs to all. Yes, please.
We have a question from Usha.
Namaste, Usha.
Pranam. At the end of the 300 names, is the Kadi mantra chanted 108 times or just once?
108 times, and then we do the Panch Puja and the Nyas, and then we chant it another 108 times, and then we do the Upasanghar, and then we chant it another 108 times. You just keep chanting until you're blue in the face, until you can't chant anymore, or until you're ready to go on to another scripture. Yes, please.
Name number 17, whose love is piercing. I think I know what that means for me, but I'd like to hear if
No, could you describe it? What does it mean to be piercingly in love?
It's really, really intense.
Yeah.
Full of every kind of emotion that I can think of, and then, but beyond that and more. And it's crippling, but liberating and freeing and beautiful, and it's something that I crave all the time. But I can't really go there.
Well, that's pretty poetic. I mean, you gave a pretty good expression to something that really can't be defined. Because what does it mean to be pierced by your love? Just permeated, penetrated. You said it. Thank you.
We have a question from Monish.
Monish, namaste.
Namaste. As a beginner sadhu, it would be nice to know, if we see ourselves being worldly, what could a sadhu do to become spiritual again?
Shiva! Just remember the name of God. Oh, God. Even the farmer got saved by saying, oh, Vishnu. Just remember anything you can, grab onto Mother's sari and let her pull you out of the muck and the rubble. Whenever you find yourself wallowing into worldliness, just grab onto any concept you can. We've got 1,000 names, and each of the 1,000 names have another 1,000 names, and they multiply each other. There's a geometrical progression on how many names there are. Well, we were talking about Koti Koti and Dasahasra Koti. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Ganesha. Ganesh has a wild one. He has 10 million times 10 billion times 10 billion qualities. We were talking about the 10 billion qualities. Das Sahasra Koti. Anyways, Ganesh has a lot of them too. But they all do, and they're all connected. And any object of existence is another object, another name of God. So just point anywhere and say God. And call her in any way you want to, and call her him, but call her. And just shout out if you have to, but get back on track. Get with the program, Monish.
We have a question from Julia.
Namaste, Julia.
Namaste. Name 286. She is the bird in the tree of Hreem. What does this bird mean? And aren't we her birds?
Well, we're her birds and she's the bird. And there were two birds in the Rig Veda. There were two birds sitting in a tree, and one was busily pecking at the fruits. and the other was sitting and watching. Old parable. And what kind of bird are you? That's the question we all have to ask ourselves. What kind of bird am I? Do I want to go through life pecking at all the fruits? Or could I just find my center and stay there? Yes, please.
We have a question from Sadatmananda.
Namaste, Sadatmananda.
Namaste. Why is Shiva the Lord of Desire?
Oh, he's the Lord of everybody. In our tradition, Shiva is Kameshwar, is the name that they used, and he is the Ishwar of Kam, and Kamdev is the god of love or desire. So he's the Lord of Desire, and all desires are authored by him because he's the ultimate desire. What else do you want in life? If you got Shiva, you don't need too much else. So you desire all the other things are valuable because you love Shiva. And as soon as you have Shiva, you forget about all the other things. So he is the Lord of Desire because once you have the supreme desire, Shakali Tumaricha, once you have that supreme desire, then you don't desire anything more. You got Shiva. What else could you want? That's why he's the Lord of Desire.
We have a question from Sharanya.
Namaste, Sharanya.
Can chanting of the Kadi mantra be incorporated into a daily practice?
Yes, absolutely. And we did it inside the Devyatharva Shirsham in the Chandipat. We also chant the Kadi Vidya. And let's see, where is that Kadi Vidya? Remember, we had it written in code. Why am I doing that? I shouldn't be that far away. Oh, well, I have to go to another book. Let me go to the Chandi. I'll show it to you there. There you are. And the mantra says, Kamo Yoni Kamala Vajrapanir Guha Hasa Matarisva Babendraha Purnaguha Sakala Mayayacha Purushjesha Vishwamata Di Vidyam. And that spells Kailarim Hasakahalarim Sakalarim. It's verse number 14 on page 98 in the Chandipat. And if you meditate upon that verse and you dissect every word of that verse, you're going to come up with the Bij mantra of that word. And that Bij mantra, all of them when put into order, will spell out the Kadi Vidya. And you can chant that mantra, and you can chant that verse, and you can chant the Devyatharva Shirsham, and you can chant the Lalita Trishati, and get all the benefits of that mantra. Because this is all part of that Shri Vidya. The knowledge, the Vidya of the Shri, the highest respect of Shanti in your mind and in your heart. The perfection of peace in your mind and your heart. The knowledge which conveys that perfection is mystical. It's in your heart. It's not outside. You can't find it in the mall. I was at Costco the other day. I looked all over. I couldn't find it. Ma said, quit wasting your time. Go back in the temple. You'll find it there. It's not here in Costco. The ultimate peace in your mind and your heart is that knowledge is Sri Vidya, and this is mystical. It's secret, because you got to go inside to find it. You got to go find it inside. You have to go to the temple to find it. You can't find it in the mall. You can't find it on the street corners. You got to go deeply inside and understand what is the Bij mantra of every word in this shloka, and why are they in that order? And what does it mean that the letters Ha and Sa and 3 letters from the right ear and all of this kind of stuff? This is part of the mystery of Tantra, the magic. when you understand it, you understand what the magic of Tantra is about. It's not about, I don't want to tell you what it's not about. I'm going to tell you what it's about. It's about finding a new way of looking at life, new values of life, a new way of working in the world, and loving, and worshiping, and doing what you've got to do with an attitude of divinity. You got to do it. There's no question about that. And nobody invited us here not to do it. You got to do it. We all have karma. But you do it with an attitude of divinity, working together, sharing together. As the little tendrils, as the essence of the creeper, they all bind together. And they make a very strong bond so that the creeper can grab on and hug the tree. All those little tendrils that project out, they unite the Gurukul, the family of the Guru. They all bring us towards that stability, and that's the magic of the Tantra. The magic of the Tantra is looking at life with divine eyes, loving where you're at because that's where you're at. It's your opportunity to demonstrate the sincerity of your love. That's why you're there. That's what we're doing here. That's what the magic is about. It's not about I'm going to do to you or make you do something you don't want to do. No, it's all about I'm going to do to me and make me want to be doing what I'm doing. And I want to do the tapasya, and I want to sit there even though I got a cramp in my foot. I want to sit there even though my back is, and my butt, and I don't want to think about my butt, my back. I want to think about you, and that's the magic of the Tantra. What makes us to want that Kameshwar, the Lord of all desires? What about him makes us to want to sit there and chant even though I'm in pain and I've got a running nose and I've got a cramp in my foot and a backache and a front ache and something else? I'm not going to think about that stuff. I'm going to think about the love of my life and my privilege to be able to express it. That's the magic of the Tantra. And we talked about that in the Kilak Stab. We made a little paragraph after the Kilak Stab because it said in the Kilak Stab, in the Chandi, Dadati Pratigrinati Nanatrisha Prashidati Itahang Rupina Kilena Mahadi Benikititam. And that's the form of the pin. As he gives, so shall he receive. He's going to get the fruit of his karma. No matter what, he's going to get the fruit of his karma. So if he gives the best, then he gets good karma. And if he gives second best, well, he gets so-so karma. And if he doesn't give it all, it's hard to think he's going to get much prasad. Give me a towel or a Kleenex or something.
How about tissue paper?
That's, oh, thank you.
Here's for the road.
Oh, that'll help too. That's for bigger jobs. Thank you.
So Swami has a question.
Yes, please.
So if it's like my karma to be the parrot in the cage, it actually can be an opportunity versus thinking, oh my gosh, I'm pecking. So I mean, can't we use that as...
Absolutely. That is it. If you see that as a privilege, if you see that as an honor, as you see I am training myself to become better than I already am, I'm in the first class and I'm proud to be in the first class. And I'm not going to present myself as a graduate student when I know that I'm in the first class. I am a parrot in the cage. But I'm really proud of that cage. It's at least the cage is in her living room. Isn't that a nice place to be? Instead of lamenting and say, oh gosh, I'm in the first class, oh my, I'm going to stay here for a long time. Wow, I made it to her school. I am a parrot in the cage. Yippee! I get the privilege of trying and practicing and doing and making the effort to be the best I possibly can and to understand it a little more every day.
And then with that attitude, we can, because there's another name that says she's easily attained.
Yes.
So we have to have that attitude to really attain her.
To attain her, right? That is the attitude by which she is easily attained. She's not easily attained by chanting and saying, "Ah, look at me, my chant, I can chant with the big boys. I can spit out mantras and appear, not to be a parrot in the cage." But I know what I understand about what I'm saying. I know I'm really a parrot in the cage, but maybe I could fool them. No, it's not about achieving status in the eyes of other people. It's about recognizing ourselves as humble parrots in the cage and trying to learn a little more and a little more and a little more. Yes, please.
We have a question from Jennifer.
Namaste, Jennifer.
How does the Sri Vidya mantra relate to the Sri Vidya yantra described at the beginning of the text? I don't understand the yantra yet.
Oh, yeah, it'll take a long time to understand the yantra. And actually, that's why we worship with the Chandi yantra, because it is less sophisticated, it is less complexity, it has greater meaning as the roadmap that we are taking in our process. However, the yantra, the Sri Vidya, Sri Chakra yantra, any yantra that has 8 petals and 4 doors and a triangle in the center is a Sri yantra. Now the Sri Chakra yantra has 36 interconnected triangles. And those 36 triangles stand for the 36 steps of Tantra, the 36 tattvas, the 36 principles. So they make a chronology, but there's a system of worship, and you can spend literally hours worshiping the yantra before you even get to worship the deity. Where I don't know that yantra. I know about it a little bit, but not much. I know the Chandi yantra. And that's a Sri yantra too, but it is not the Meru Sri Chakra yantra. So that is not part of our tradition. You can incorporate it into our tradition if you wish, but I wouldn't wish that on you. Yes, please.
We have a question from Sadatmananda.
Yes, Sadatmananda.
It seems that the names of the Lalita Trishati are far more esoteric than any other of the Sahasranams or 108 names I have read. Could you comment on this?
Yes, that's your prejudice. That's your thought. They're all beautiful, and each one of the names is included in the other Sahasranams that you've read. So if you read the 1,000 names of Lakshmi, you'll find the name of Lalita. If you read the 1,000 names of Lakshmi, you'll find Saraswati. If you read the 1,000 names of Saraswati, you'll find the name of Kali. They're all different names for the one divinity. Choose any of them or choose them all. I like them all.
We have a question from Sharanya.
Yes, please, Sharanya.
Is it true that one of the benefits of chanting the Kali mantra is to raise Kundalini?
Yes, but that's true of every mantra. It is true of every mantra. What do you do? Yeah, remember that what we call contained energy and uncontained energy is distinguished as Mahashakti is uncontained, and contained energy is called Kundalini. So now, in every mantra, mantrayate is a mantra. Everything takes away your mind. If you can blow your mind, it's a mantra. Every mantra tries to raise your awareness, take away your mind, so you go into pure intuitive cognition. So that's the function of mantra. So by focusing your attention higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, you're raising your kundalini. Or you're raising your awareness of the presence of kundalini. Any way you want to say it. It's only semantical difference. Yes, please.
Name number 289, who is the long sword within the sheath of Freem?
Yes, we have the sword of wisdom, and the sword of wisdom is contained within the sheath of Hrim. So the highest wisdom is contained within Hrim. Okay. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.